Hotel 4 ground, Sword 2-1 requesting engine start.
Sword 2-1 cleared for engine start.
Sword 2-1 starting up. RPM rising, good start.
Sword flight, sword lead, radio check. Sword 1-2.
Sword 2-1 is up.
Sword 2-2 is up.
Lima Charlie, sword flight, now get airborne. I'll see you all at waypoint 1. Remember to make sure you talk to H4 tower departure as required. Lead out.
Hotel 4 ground, Sword 2-1 requesting taxi clearance.
Sword 2-1, you are cleared for taxi.
Sword 2-1. Hotel 4 tower, Sword 2-1 requesting takeoff.
Sword 2-1 hold position until runway available. Sword 1-2 wheels up. Sort 2-1, you are cleared for takeoff on runway 28. Wind 300 for 4 knots, altimeter 2984.
Sort 2-1. Sort 2-1, rolling. Sort 2-1, gear up. Hotel 4 departure, Sort 2-1 departing from runway 28.
Sort 2-1, turn heading 250, climb flight level 200.
250, flight level 200, Sort 2-1.
Sort 2-1, continue on heading 250. Sword 2-1, you are clear of Hotel 4 airspace. Departure handing off.
Sword 1-1, Sword 2-1 approaching RV point.
Copy 2-1. Sword flight form up. We're pushing for waypoint 2, Angels 2-5. Forrest, I want your element in 1 mile trail.
Sword 2-1.
Okay, Sword flight. All airspace within the Syria theater is controlled by the ABCCC Sentinel. Once clear of H4CA, we must declare ourselves on mission to Sentinel. Sword 2-1, I want you to check our flight in now.
Sword 2-1. Sentinel, Sword 2-1, checking in, flight of 4 F-16s on mission number 0423, inbound on the Swartzy.
Critical C, be advised, clear patrol to airborne northfield position. Matrix is monitoring, we will update you as needed.
Copy all, Sentinel, Sword 2-1 out.
To our left is Syria. The border is visible at our 10 o'clock, clearly marked by the berm that runs parallel to the road running northeast. The long, thin lake at 11 o'clock lies within the Jordanian side of the border, so it's a useful landmark to reference. The Jords are deployed quite heavily in this area. Not surprising considering what's going on down in Syria. They're also maintaining a cap of F-16s around the clock. To our 3 o'clock is a large lake. This lake is around 6 miles north of H4, and it's another useful reference point to help orient yourself to home. As we return to H4, we'll use 2 initial points to approach the base. Approach Alpha is a wind farm near a small lake. You might have seen it off to our right as we made the low-level departure from runway 28. Approach Bravo might just be visible in the distance beyond the lake. It's a shale oil facility, usually easy enough to ID from all the smoke it's kicking out. It's the smoke to the left as we look at it. The smoke to the right is from a factory complex in Ruwais. Other than scattered settlements and industry, that's about all there is to see out here.
Sure is remote. What an assignment. Miles and miles of flat desert.
We'll be dying to get into Syria just to see some scenery. Never mind the action.
Well, there'll be plenty of that to go around before long, I'm sure. Syrian SAMs keep coming up when the JSTF is around the no-fly zone. We'll be needed up north before long, I'm sure.
Ha, no doubt.
So the Swartzy looks like quite the playground. Miles and miles of empty space to train in. It'll be like being back in Nevada.
Well, I don't think the flying will be quite that good, but it's always good to get the chance to drop live ordnance.
Doubt it's quite as well set up as the NTTR.
Not a chance. The emitters and targets aren't quite as realistic as we're used to. We'll have to make do with old pickups and containers today, but they'll do the job.
And we've still got an instrument in range at least.
Kinda cool how the old H3 complex has been repurposed.
Yeah, the place has quite the history of being bombed. The H3 complex as it became was built back in the 70s. It consisted of the main base plus 2 dispersal fields and highway landing strip. The Iranians attacked it during their war with Iraq. Then we attacked it again in 91. It was a chemical weapons storage site back then. We hit it again during Southern Watch before an OIF finally capturing it. Since then it's been abandoned and left to the desert.
Yep, and now it's our turn. Let's see if we can't add a few more craters to the landscape, huh?
I like the enthusiasm. I'm sure we will.
Quite a situation we find ourselves in over here. Syrians, the SIA, the Russians, the JSTF. What happened to clear front lines and an obvious enemy?
Quite a mess we find ourselves in over here.
Well, Syria's certainly got its problems, but at least our primary mission is clear enough.
Oh yeah, blowing up SAMs. That's what we do best.
Whole thing seems pretty rushed, though. The 6 of us are the only dedicated Weasels out here, and we're the last to the party. Sounds like we've got a no-fly zone that we're struggling to enforce right now. We're supposed to be the first in, remember?
You'll get no argument from me, Rotor, but we're here now.
What's with this Operation Jackal that just kicked off? I didn't catch all the details.
It's the start of a big push against the SIA. We're moving from a more reactive CAS mindset to a more aggressive footing, targeting more strategic SIA assets such as economic and logistic targets.
Expect we'll be out over the Euphrates for too long, then.
Wouldn't bet against it.
Sure would be pleased to get a chance to say hi to the SIA.
They won't know what hit them. We thought it'd be rocking. Some old Soviet junk? probably barely even know how to use that stuff.
Well, SA-8s and 6s, older but still dangerous in the right hands. I guess that's the big question. Can they operate them competently?
Well, we'll find out before too long, I'm sure. And I know who my money's on.
Okay, Flight, we're approaching the border into Iraq. Push uniform to Games Master.
1-2 set. 2-2 set.
Two one set.
Games Master Sword 1-1, flight of 4 F-16s checking in as fragged on approach to Sparksea.
Copy, Sword 1. Range is clear and targets are set. You are clear for unrestricted flight within the AO. Weapons released within the range has been authorized. Monitor this frequency at all times. Games Master will call kills on blue units if you deem evasive measures to be inadequate.
Copy all, Games Master. Sword is proceeding. Sword 2, go combat spread 1 mile left.
Sword 2-1.
Okay, Flight, remember what we briefed. Once engaged by the SA-2, Sword 1 will break south and stay high on the edge of the threat ring. Sword 2 will break north and dive for the deck. Watch your spacing and keep track of your wingman. Flight, fence in. Sword 1-1 fenced. Flight, roll call.
Sword 1-2.
Sword 2-1.
Sword 2-2.
Approaching Mez, music on.
Music on. Music on. Sword 1-2. 1-2. 12 o'clock.
Sword 1-1, Spike 2, 12 o'clock. Sword 1 breaking south. Sword 2 break north, commence attack. Sword 1 defending SA2. Missile in the air, Sword 1 defending SA2.
Pull up. Pull up. Altitude. 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 Altitude.
Missile launch, Sword 1 defending SA-2.
Sword 2-1 is in.
Altitude. Altitude. Pull up. Pull up. Caution. Caution.
Good effects. Stand song is history.
Outstanding, Sword
Sword
2.
2-1 off target.
Outstanding. All flights push to rally. Music off.
Sword 2-2, spike, SA-3.
Sword 2-2 break left. 1 breaking right. Music on. Sierra Papa.
Music on.
Sword 1, Sword 2. SA-3 online in the vicinity of the H3 southwest site.
Copy 2. You have the fuel to make a run at it?
One is cannon only, but I'm good to go.
Okay, Sword Flight, let's get back to work. We're going to locate and kill the SA-3 around the H3 southwest site. Stand by for base coordinates. North, tree 244, decimal 656. East, 0 tree 9, tree 6, decimal 217. 2671 feet. We're going to work this as a 4-ship and overwhelm it from 4 directions. I'll attack from the west. Sword 1-2, arc south. Sword 2-1, arc east, and 2-2 north. SA-3 Mez is 10 miles, so keep out of range as you maneuver into position. We'll attack in elements. While one element is attacking, the other will try and hold the radar's attention. Call attacking as you go hot on the target, defending if you break away. Games Master will call any kills against it.
Sword 1-2.
Sword 2-1.
Sword 2-2. Sword 1-2, ready. Sword 2-2, ready.
Sword 2-1 in position.
Sword 1-1 in position. Sword 1 attacking SA-3, H3 south. Sword 1-1 spiked.
Sword 1-2, missile launch. SA-3, H3
Sword
south.
1 defending SA-3. Sword 2 get a mark point on the launch position.
Copy. Sword 2 attacking SA-3, H3 south.
Tally launch site, horseshoe-shaped revetment, north corner of the base.
Altitude. Altitude. Pull up. Pull up. Altitude. Altitude. Pull up. Pull up.
Sword 2-2, spike, SA-3. SAM launch, SA-3, H3 south.
Sword 2 defending.
Chaff flare. Chaff flare. Altitude. Altitude.
Sword 1 attacking SA-3, H3 south.
Altitude. Altitude.
Sword
Pull up.
2-1, you jumped the
Pull
gun.
up.
Not about the kill, but the tactics that get us to kill. Reset east and let's go again.
Missile launch, SA-3, H3 south. Sword 1-2, defending.
1 is Tally on launch site, engaging.
Altitude. Altitude.
Sword 1 is off, kill the launcher. Radar is still up about 50 meters northeast of the smoke. Sword 2, press.
Pull up.
Sword 2 attacking
Pull up.
SA-3, H3 south.
Altitude.
SA-3 radar is down.
Altitude.
Good work, Sword Flight. Sword 2-2, spike, SA-3. Roll
Sword
call.
2-2 go defensive. One is
Chaff
engaging.
flare.
Sword
Flare.
1-2.
Chaff flare. Chaff
Sword
flare.
2-1.
Sword 2-2. Sword Flight, push rally.
Sword 1-2, rally. Sword 2-2 at rally point.
Sword 1-1 at rally.
Sword 2-1 at rally.
Sword flight fence out. Push waypoint 6, Angels 2-5. Games Master, Sword Flight checking out of the Swartzy. We'll call you up when back for debrief. Nice working with you.
Copy, Sword 1. Likewise. Flight safe. You are clear to depart.
Sword 2-1, we're clearing the Swartzy. Check us back in with Sentinel.
Sword 2-1. Sentinel, Sword Flight is egressing Swartzy and inbound on H4, Angels 2-5.
Angels 2-5.
Whew, nice surprise you threw back there, boss.
Ha! Glad you liked it. I asked Games Master to throw a surprise at us on the way out. They sure came through. Well, hopefully that blew away some of the cobwebs. Attacking SAMs is definitely a skill that degrades if you don't use it. Good work with the SA-2. We exploited its lack of ability to track low-flying targets. An effective strategy for sure, but we still have to be mindful of low-level threats. Here we saw how loitering just on the edge of the engagement range baited the operators into firing, a useful distraction tactic, and also helpful in forcing the SAM site to reveal its exact position. The SA-3 is a lot more dangerous than the guideline. Although more limited in range, its missiles are much more of a threat than with the SA-2. It lacks the low-level vulnerability of the SA-2, so today we switched up tactics and went with a saturation attack from multiple attack axes. Remember that even though the Syrians had lots of older SAMs like we've seen today, they've still got plenty of more modern systems as well. Make sure you understand the vulnerabilities of all systems and attack where they're weakest.
What's the EW situation up north? Are we expecting to see some Growler support or something? Sure would make the job easier when we come up against the double-digit systems.
When we need it, we'll have it. I'm assured of this.
Roger that.
So, boss, when are we going to be in the action for real?
Soon enough, Rotor, soon enough. With the operation kicking off against the SIA and the demand for support around the no-fly zones, I can't see us having to wait too long.
Let's hope not. I can't face weeks of sitting around this desert waiting for something to do.
Me neither, man. What I'd give for a trip to Nellis right now. Get me some of that good Vegas life.
What, and miss the wife out here?
Well, I wouldn't want to miss out on the flying, but I could pass on life at H4.
Well, take it from me, after seeing action at both OIF and OPS, you'll never have flying quite like you do on an operation like this.
You saw a lot of action in Persian Freedom, didn't you, Popeye?
That's right. Weasels were right in the middle of the opening phase of OPS. Part of the wave that kicked the door open over mainland Iran at the start.
Must have been pretty hairy. The Iranians had some impressive equipment.
Well, at the start it was. Had a few S-300s to take out early on, but we had a solid plan, plenty of EW support, and, well, we're just better at this than anyone else. I guarantee you're better trained at killing SAMs than the SAM operators are at killing you.
A lot more of them than us, though.
Okay, we're inbound on H4. I've done this approach more than the rest of you, so Sword 2-1, I want you to take the lead and bring us on in. First step is to declare to H4 approach that we're inbound. Typically, do this around 50 miles out and before you reach the 30-mile boundary of H4 control airspace. Do it now. I'll follow you in.
Hotel 4 approach, Sword 2-1 inbound.
Sword 2-1 proceed to Hotel 4 airspace. Check in at flight level 160. Push to RAPCON arrival at 30-mile mark.
Flight level 160, Sword 2-1.
Okay, Sword 2-1, proceed to H4 airspace. You want to bait Angels 16, 30 miles out from H4. TAC end for H4 is 125 X-ray.
Hotel 4 arrival, Sword 2-1 entering Hotel 4 airspace.
Sword 2-1 cleared for approach Bravo. Adjust altitude to flight level 160.
Approach Bravo, flight level 160, Sword 2-1.
Okay, Sword 2-1, we're cleared in on approach Bravo at Angels 1-6. Bravo is the oil facility that's smoking in the distance. You'll also find it listed as waypoint 8 in your flight plan. Bravo is our safe approach to pattern airspace, so make sure you don't deviate. We have traffic ahead.
2-1, cleared to enter pattern. Flight level 080.
Flight level 080, Sword 2-1.
Sword 2-1, take us down to Angels 8 and feed us into the pattern. Make sure you avoid overflying Ruwaish below 7,500 feet MSL. The Jordanians have a noise restriction in place over the town. Hold in the pattern until we're cleared to push to the tower.
Hey, look. We got a pair of Apaches inbound from the west.
The Army's ramp sure is getting crowded.
Sword 2-1, exit pattern and push the tower.
Sword 2-1. Hotel 4 Tower, Sword 2-1 requesting landing.
Sword 2-1, cleared for landing runway 10, wind 300 for 4 knots.
Sword 2-1, go ahead and land. We'll follow you down once you clear the runway. Good flying today, everyone. See you in debrief.
Altitude. Altitude.
So 2-1, clear runway and proceed to spot 8.